Hey there, before the video starts, are you looking to get your account reviewed? If so, it's real simple. All you gotta do is head to the IdleOn toolbox, click on the Data tab, scroll down to Profile Management, go ahead and copy that link provided, and make sure you hit Upload My Profile. Once you see the green check mark, you're good to go. Then just drop by our Discord, The Vault, go ahead and scroll on down to the IdleOn Account Reviews text channel. You can go ahead and drop your link there with a little blurb on what you'd like us to focus on, and we're happy to get to you when we can. And now, enjoy the video. What is up, YouTube? Will39 here, back again for another IdleOn account review, this time for TurbGames, who is looking for some guidance. They pushed through World 4, approaching World 5, and they're looking to pump the brakes, see what they're working on. So we're happy to provide. Couple of things that I want to point out initially here. You're running everybody in lab, which is fine. Your card sets are wrong on your last two tunes. So I want you to fix your card set bonuses on your last two tunes. I also want you to make sure you're doing your mini-bosses. Slush is coming up, so I want you to make sure you're doing your mini-bosses. I almost did Baltimore, please, no. Alright, let's take a look at Obols. Not utilized, right. This is not a good thing. I want you to farm Dice Obols for squares, and farm Silver Pop Obols from World 1 Gigafrogs. Okay? Look at the dashboard, and we'll have a full Christmas tree. Dude, don't you fucking dare, Stance. Don't you fucking dare. Super Pressure Gallon. That's fine. Everybody starts somewhere. Okay, another thing here. I want you to equip Skilled Dimwit on everyone. How does Archerstein have the 250 Obol unlocked at sub 250? I don't know. Clearly a cheater. We got to chat ban this guy. I want to take a look what your prayers you have. Okay, you don't have a raw sampler then. You need to get a raw sampler though. Like, this is really going to help your prince. But anyway, let's get back to looking at PO boxes. You've done some utilization and you're kind of working on the right stuff, but the goal of early PO boxes, because eventually I'll have it fucking everything. The goal of early PO boxes is to invest into what that character is good at. So in the case of your DK, you need to invest in mining. In the case of your Bubo, you're investing in alchemy, which is great, but keep in mind he also does chopping. In the case of your soon-to-be Windwalker, your Beastmaster, stick with catching for the time being, but ideally, if you can, utility would be great. But yeah, you just want to focus on what your initial character is good at for early PO boxes, because it'll help you push all of your resource gain across the board. So I want you to work on your PO boxes and focus on what the characters are good at. Let's take a look at equipment. So, you're pushing to World 5. Here's the thing. I don't want to overload you too much on progress, but I feel like I need to give you a really solid goal to work on. So what I'm going to recommend for you, and here's the thing. Dump the fucking Tarantulites. They're shit. You're better off running the Slimy Necklace from Glubshido Glunko. You're way better off running that. Okay, and it looks like you are starting your Rex Ring farm, which is good. So as a baseline, I want you to get Troll Armor on everyone. I want you to get Void Tools on everyone at minimum. And what I mean by that is, if that character can't equip a Void Fishing Rod, you need to farm their level up to the point where they can equip a Void Fishing Rod. The reason you do this is so you can take advantage. A Wild Yasu appears. Oh, is he in the thread? But the reason you do this is because of Skill Mastery, which is a Rift component. So you definitely want to push your shit out. And then, let's see, for rings, at this point, it's a bait not worth. You need to build it anyway to transition into Divine. So early Troll is going to be great because as it sits, he's struggling to even push through World 4. Troll armor is going to help as a baseline, but pushing from there, because I'm going to recommend once you get to World 6, you're going to start the Divine Farm. So you have to get Troll regardless anyway. It's its own tree. For rings, farm out the lab rings on everybody if you just plan to stone a lab. This does make a difference. I know, I'll take a look after. Is Troll armor the World 3 boss armor? No, that's Cheezor. Troll armor is defeating the World 4 boss. Gonna sleep, this is not worth my time anymore. Have a good night, Antho. So I want you to... And this is more of an in-general thing. I want you to get Serrated Rex rings on everyone. That's fine. Ideally, I'd like to see you utilizing some more golden food if you can. Really fill those inventory slots. If you're already limited to 2, that's okay. Yeah, get XP pots on people. You really need to push their levels. It's just low in general. But let's take a look at your account here. Yeah, same here. Like, yeah, if you can get golden dice on everybody and you're running silver pop opals on everybody, you're going to feel a massive difference. Let's see. Statues, I don't think you're ready to do the statue grind, so I'm not going to recommend it. Let's take a look at dungeons. You are doing it. You're up to rank 28, but I want you to really focus on getting your upgrades done, reinvesting in your RNG items, because these are really going to help you push those later runs. So I want you to work on investing into your dungeon runs and into, or not your dungeon runs, dungeon upgrades and RNG items. Dungeon Enjoyer, true rarity in these times. Another thing I need you to work on, Constellations. You cannot neglect Constellations. The amount of bonuses you get from Starsigns is fucking insane. Hydron alone offers you shit like card drop rate, additional Starsign alignment, critters per trap, worship, base multi-kit. Like, there's so much good shit in Starsigns that you don't have access to because you've neglected Constellations. So I want you to work on your Constellations. For your Starsigns. Vault is going to be key for you, bud. But there are infinites you can dodge, okay? There are infinites you can dodge. Wicked Smart is an infinite. You don't need to evolve into that. Well, we gotta go down a little bit here for it. So, Wicked Smart's an infinite. Cooking Knowledge is an infinite. Tome is an infinite. Dream Nightmare is an infinite. The rest are not. So I want you to invest more money into vault bonuses. Let's take a look at... You're not at World 6 stuff, so I'm just gonna pass this point. Let's take a look at your anvil. Need to move these to the right section because I fucked that up. There, boom. All right, cool. You're not utilizing these slots here. You want to make sure you're utilizing all your anvil slots. So make sure you're using all your anvil slots and make sure you're always claiming your anvil. Do not rely on the upgrade from World 3. That does not work how you think it does. It only applies to the first character you log in on at the start of a day. So if you're jumping between characters to claim AFK time, you're not actually claiming anvil gains, only on that first character. You're not smelting anything. This is a big no-no. Make sure you're always smelting something in Forge. Did you buy all your upgrades? You did. Good. Bribes. Probably locked at World 2. Yep, that makes sense. Stamps. I'm not going to be too particularly worried, but you need to go back and get, like, core shit, okay? You need to get core shit. Stuff like Mason Jar Stamp, stuff like Crystalline Stamp, this is really what gets the ball rolling. Eventually, you'll pick up more shit like the Potion... Fuck, if I could select it. The Potion Stamp and your Golden Apple Stamp. Hell, even, like, basic stuff like your Card Stamp. You really need to work on your stamps. So I want you to unlock as many of your stamps as you can. And for you, so you're at 1100 right now, I'd say push your stamp total to 5k. I think 5k is achievable for where you're at. Owl, you're working on it, but it's not there yet. You want to push your drop rate bonuses to at least 50%. So I want you to push your Owl bonuses to have at least 50% drop rate. Let's take a look at bubbles. I'm not going to give you like a set threshold yet. You're not there. I think in general, you just need to keep unlocking more of your bubbles. If you're struggling to like level your bubbles at all, heavy investment in Larry is going to be your lifesaver. Likewise with undeveloped costs. This stuff is going to reduce the cost it takes to upgrade your bubbles, and this is going to get you a buy one, get one free deal. So I want you to unlock your remaining alchemy bubbles. Take a look at cauldrons. You've got, okay, you're working on this. I was about to say, you better not be using sigils. Vials, you need to keep pushing your vials out. If you're hurting on money, Diet or Drink's huge. If you're hurting on your statue deposits, getting 0 cal. If you're hurting on stamp cost for material, Blue Flave. Like, there's so many good vials. So I want you to keep unlocking and leveling your vials. Sigils, don't touch sigils. You've been banned from sigils until I tell you so. 4 islands. You've done Shimmer, which is okay. For me, everything is on an 85 roll. Do you know the spam drop method for vials, or are you doing one thing at a time? Let me ask you that, Turb. In terms of focusing, I definitely say sea salt, crystal, rando, then fractal. I do not know the spam drop. Okay, so it's very simple. Assuming this is the cauldron, you're standing over it. Better yet, what I will do is I don't really give a shit about the progress, so it's whatever. If I'm sitting over this cauldron and my goal is to unlock like donuts or whatever, just grab a full inventory page of 1 donut, okay? Just 1 donut, full inventory page, okay? You stand over the cauldron. If you're on PC, you hold shift, it'll turn on quick drop, and then you rapid fire deposit all of them over the cauldron, and it will basically break and almost guarantee you it every time. Because it'll roll through all your rerolls consecutively. It's super easy to unlock shit, okay? That's the spam drop method. But let me knock this for your islands. 4 island unlocks. Sea salt, crystal, rando, fractal. Let's take a look at your Kilroy. You need to make sure you're doing your weekly Kilroy. So make sure you're doing your weekly Kilroy. Let's look at your Rue. You're at 12%. I want you to push your Rue bonuses to have at least 20% AFK gains. Let's take a look at World 3. Your prints are fairly basic. You have the rough right idea, as far as I can see. You do need to get your V-Man up and running for your mob prints, that's for sure. Definitely, though, I would recommend when you get roll a sampler, equip it on everybody, and then reprint your prints. Because right now, your print sample is horribly unoptimized. But that's fine for a basic. Started my journeyman yesterday. Good man. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this at the moment. Just every time you make a significant boost in progress for anything on your account, just do a quick reprint. You don't have to min-max it at the start. Just do a quick reprint. You will see a noticeable change. Refinery. You still need to unlock your last 3 salts. So unlock the last 3 salts in refinery. Are you aware of the refinery ratio guide? I need to ask this every time. Are you aware of the refinery ratio guide? Because it will help you in the long run. Okay, so refinery, you can get what's called salt locked, where if your ratios are wrong, you will fucking hate yourself. The reason for this guide is to allow you to produce infinite salts at no deficit. So if you go into our Discord, into our IdleOn vault, we've got a category here. This is all over the internet. This is just where we have it in ours. It's called the World 3 Salts chart. You can click on it and say, okay, if the goal is to have infinite null salts, I need to have 3 levels in purple, 5 levels in green, 2 levels in blue, 4 levels in orange, and 7 in red. Ideally, in a perfect world, you let reds and greens go infinite because they just scale. So just let reds and greens go infinite. Keep ranking them up. Don't worry about that. But this is the ideal chart early game to establish infinite salts, okay? So please reference this document to not Saltlick yourself. So reference the salt ratio chart. Do not Saltlick yourself. Let's take a look at Atom Collider. You don't have good Equinox. You need to get started. You need to get started in Equinox right now. So get started on Equinox. Let's look at buildings. Yeah, Automation Arm is going to be huge for you. It's going to auto-feed you. It's going to do some really, really good shit. Cost Cruncher, Chest Base, Death Note. Basically, these are all your cores. You need to max these ASAP. Get this up ASAP. You can put one level in Trapper Drone. That's all you need. If you're hurting on early TD, focus on Boulder Roller. Eventually, we'll pivot you to something else, but Boulder Roller's fine. I want you to refocus construction on your core buildings. That also includes your 3D printer. You need to get this maxed ASAP and keep pushing out your books as well. Death Note, we've barely gotten started. That's fine. Worship, spending away. Make sure you keep pushing your TD. Keep pushing your TD. You really need the souls, so keep pushing your TD. Prayers, like I said, focusing on skill. Dimwit's going to be huge for you. Eventually, when you pick up Royal Sampler, get this on everybody. This number looks scary. It's not really. Same for this. So just keep pumping levels into them. Bump them up, bump them up, bump them up. They're going to be huge lifesavers for you, okay? Traps. You've got an empty slot you need to fill. This guy doesn't even have traps. So make sure you get on that ASAP. And Saltlick, you just basically need to invest a shitload in. Stuff like the max level for talent books is going to be huge. Multi-kill rate when you unlock the salts as well. Like, there's so much good shit here. So I want you to make sure you invest into your Saltlick. Armor Smithy, you probably... you do have it unlocked, which is strange. Not going to be a focus for now. Not going to be a focus. Cooking. This looks fine. How are we looking on meals? Okay, so this is fine. This is super early cooking. The golden kind of ratio or golden like trio for cooking is you always focus meal cooking speed per kitchen upgrade level, and then skill efficiency. Okay? Put some ribbons on. Putting on turkey's fine. Putting on an egg is fantastic. I love to boost my meal cooking speed, and then you really want to juice your skill efficiency. That's going to be your big one. So definitely want you to refocus your cooking. Breeding, you're probably just getting started, like fresh. Yep, I'm not too worried about this. Ideally, you want to keep pushing your arena, so make sure you're doing your breeding arena. These are going to unlock some huge bonuses for you. You do not want to neglect this. You need to get this done. So I want you to keep pushing your breeding arena. This looks fine. You're up to Killer Brightside, which is great. Rift, you need to get started on. You need to get started on, because one of the bonuses you get from completing Rift, and they're all good. Stuff like Eclipse Skulls is amazing. Stuff like Stamps is amazing. Infinite Starsigns are huge. But Skill Mastery makes it so that when you have 300 total level across the relevant skills, so stuff like mining, chopping, fishing, catching, trapping, etc., it makes all those cards passive. So you really want to get started on Rift and push to Skill Mastery. Yes, it's very nice. Tome, I'm just curious, you're 80% and you have not reached World 5 yet. So, have I answered any and all questions you got for me? Have you got anything else you'd like me to take a look at? Stuff like that, before we wrap this up? Because overall, if you work on this stuff, you're going to have a nice, solid foundation to build off of. And you're going to be off to the races into World 6. That being said, folks, if you'd like to get an account review yourself, check us out. We're live Tuesdays through Fridays over on Twitch. If you want to get on the list for said account review, all you got to do is head down to our description. We got a Discord link there. Head to our Discord, drop your toolbox link, and a little blurb on what you want in our IdleOn account review section, and we're happy to get to you when we can on stream. Until next time, folks, we'll see you in the next account review. Have a good one, everybody.